All right, folks, a happy Saturday to you. It's 19th of June. It's about 3 p.m. Today was all about unloading square bales. And because I don't have the fancy gear and all that other stuff to set up in all the right corners and all that other stuff, I'm going to do this video here now while things are kind of set up. And I'm going to show you what takes place on a small square baling unloading program here. The sun peeks out a little bit here and there now, but it just started now. I'm actually very thankful I personally, in a greedy fashion, didn't have hay down today that by God needed pure sun to dry down, because it'd have been hell picking up proper hay today. Anyway, that wasn't the case. We got it all picked up yesterday, and yeah, so I was able to scrounge a crew together. This, in a perfect world, is a 4-person operation. That's perfect world. It can be done with 3. It's going to take twice as long, but you know, boo-hoo. Trust me. There's been a lot of just 3-person operations with this hay. And we're going to go up to the mow. I'm going to show you exactly what gets done. All right, first things first here. We're down here on the business end, as I'm going to call it. This is always my position for the most part. Mainly because of, you know, the tractor and going and getting another wagon, pulling up in here, and then of course I'm the unloader of the wagon. Now, this is what you're normally going to see after a full stint of offloading some square bales. All this chaff, loose hay, that is a collection of heavier bales. Some people will tell right away that that bale and that bale, of course, were still in the chamber. But that's a small collection of 5 bales that are just a little heavier in nature, and I threw them off to the side instead of shipping them up to the hay mow, because I'm giving the heifer lot a few bales in the morning anyway, so that's what they're going to get. So what happens here, if you don't keep up with this crap, it's going to get away from you. Not to mention, just it kind of looks a little trashy, whatever you want to say. So what's going to happen is, once I move the wagon, get the tractor out of here, get these bales out of here, I'll be getting a wheelbarrow from inside the barn and a silage fork. We call these a silage fork because basically that's what you're using it for us anyway. That'll all be picked loosely up in the wheelbarrow and very simply put in here for the heifers. And they'll clean that up lickety split. Once that's all cleaned up, I put that barrel over the motor. Of course, all extension cords are unplugged and shut off now. But yeah, once cleaned up, I'll put that green barrel over the motor to protect it from rain. That bale's sitting right here because it had a little surprise in it. And that surprise either withered away or a bird come and took it. Oh man, I thought that thing was dead. All right, let me just make it clear right now. I can't stand snakes. Can't stand them. Can't stand them. Can't stand them. Was that enough times? Anyway, there's a snake hanging out of that thing. I thought it was dead. I don't even want to roll this bale over, but I'm going to put my big boy pants on. Okay, apparently it wasn't. And it was pretty good size. I'm a little embarrassed here now. He's either in there or he climbed his way out of there. Whatever, good for him. All right. So of course now we're up in the hay mow. And actually I haven't been up here since this morning, so this is a new site for me as well. And this is a beautiful site. I do not micromanage things up here. if I have to step in, I will. My famous words to anybody up here, whether they're new or they've been here 30, 40 times. You're the one that's got to walk on it. It'd be nice of you to help yourself to pack them real tight, because you're going to have to walk on it. I'm seeing some looseness on one end, but I'm not going to fret about it. Yeah, this is a real good site here. That's a great beginning of a stockpile of small squares. And trust me, this son of a buck is going to go way up. And when that business is all finished, elevator's going to get shoved out of here. You know, this, what I'm going to call this, we'll call it a portable. And this area will all be filled in, at least 10, 12 tiers tall. And that'll be our hay quota for the year. Not only for Dad's horses, but the inside barn raising during the winter of any animals, which I plan to have all the young bulls in there. And then a small collection in the back pen of ladder-born calves that could use a little extra TLC throughout the winter. The rest, of course, are going to go into the lot. And then from this beam to that beam is reserved for straw. Very happy and satisfied with the leftover straw that I have. I'll explain my straw intake here, because as most of you may know that follow the channel, I stopped putting in small grains for, of course, the grain, naturally, Mr. Obvious here, but in this case, just almost as important for me, the straw. The last 3-4 years, I couldn't make a proper small grain crop to save my rear end. Well, there's a couple of fantastic, well, they're brothers. Actually, there's 3 of them. A lot older than I am. That I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it. But they put in a lot of oats a year. And basically, we made a deal last year. They cater to a very large dairy. The same dairy, actually, that I was custom raising heifers for, and some other interests that I have there. But when they hit their cutoff point, we made this deal last year. When that large dairy has their needs, and they basically, look at how green that stuff is, holy crap. I get the remainder. Perfect world, we're talking about probably we're talking about 700 or 800 bales. That's more than sufficient. So yeah, we got some leftover from last year, and even there's even still some leftover small square soybean straw bales. So let's get back to this. All right, my lazy rear end is down there handling that business. There's quite obviously somebody that stands here. Of course, this is set up to deflect a bale that comes down and rolls right to the person. Why not? Any movement made easier is a better day. This person's standing right here collecting these bales, simply putting it on this elevator. And then perfect world, there's 2 stackers up here. One person this side, the other person that side. We've had to do this many times where there was just 1 stacker. That's fine. Don't wish it, but that's fine. You just, the man down below, which is me, you need to remember that and understand that there's 1 stacker up here. So you offload in a manner that everybody can keep up and everybody's okay. Usually on a 4 or 5 wagon unloading program here, I always have a small little cooler put together out of being grateful for help actually even showing up. I ain't gonna go down that route. Small cooler put together of ice water and Usually get a little fancy, I'll even put some Gatorade in there. But yeah, this is a great site. This is a real feel-good ordeal. Long way to go, long way to go. But what a hell of a nice collection. Folks, I kid you not. 2 weeks ago, I think there was 15 bales left in the corner. That's running pretty thin. So, yeah. And quite naturally, you handle bales, you're going to get some that break, whether it's somebody that handles them. I mean, I break bales too, whether I'm reefing on them, that, or I grab it in the wrong way by one string. And anyway, so that'll be thrown down, and that will feed the lean-to pen that has Dad's Free Martin heifer in there, which is going to be for slaughter when it gets to an appropriate weight. And Baldy's in there with it. I've had a couple people ask about a little update on Baldy, and oh hell, let's just do the let's save it for a cow calf check and animal check video, which maybe I'll even make tonight. We'll see what happens. So that's it. Just showing you a little bit of what's what here. And time for me to get cleaning up here, because I do need to start evening chores in roughly 1 hour and go about my day with a couple more odds and ends. That's it, folks. Hope everybody's Saturday is going okay. We're going to talk to you sooner and later.